Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon. So, have you ever do you get those days where you like wake up and you don't feel actually awake and you're just doing everything by muscle memory? That is what I'm doing today. I knew that I was gonna start filming, and so I just like grabbed all my stuff and I left the house and I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm in the Insadong area and we're gonna get lunch to hopefully wake me up and make me feel alive again. I don't know, it's like slightly raining. I took a wrong turn. This is a dead end. Welcome to the vlog. Feeling a little bit more alive. So I occasionally will get messages from you guys telling me like, you should go to this place, you should go to that place, but it's usually not as many people as I got for this place. There is a content creator who lives in Korea named Agata. She's super nice. She made this video, an Instagram reel, about this new cafe that opened in Insadong, and I have never in my life had so many people send this to me like, you gotta go, have you seen this, you gotta go. So for you, for Agata, I'm gonna go. And there's a giant truck coming, so hold on. Okay, so this is called the Temple of Unyo, I think. And it is meant to look like a cave. It is based off of a, what's it called? A folk tale. So yeah, we're gonna go in. And personally, I mean, it's not my style. I wasn't gonna go because, to be honest, it kind of freaks me out. But, you know, might as well for you guys. So, in we go. Okay, so, you know, that was actually pretty good. I really love mugwort, so I give it a pass. It was definitely weird to be feeling like you were sitting in a cave. I felt very sleepy, I felt very disoriented, but a cool idea nonetheless. So our last stop before I kind of head towards home, I think, is we are going to just check out Chogyesa, the temple over here. It is almost Buddha's birthday, so all of the lanterns are up. And then I might be meeting up with a friend later and in a completely different part of Seoul, so I think I'm gonna head home and get situated and do all that stuff. So let's head to the temple. So you can actually buy a little I don't know what you would actually call it, but a piece of paper that you can hang on one of the lanterns. You see, everybody has them. So all these like papers that are flowing in the wind, they are all belonging to someone, which is so cool. So yeah, and this does, I don't know if actually, are these, do these light up? I know at Bongensa, which we will go to, they light it up like crazy, but I'm not sure if these do. But either way, beautiful.
You might just see it as a waste of time, hoping that you might understand. But you know I'll find my way back to the moments, and we might just make it for another day. Starting to think softly almost every night. I know that I am stressing and waiting for a message. My head keeps spinning all of the time, and it keeps on repeating progressively. I'm starting to close my eyes.
And as I'm heading home, I want to show you one thing that boggles my mind that this is even happening. They are completely redoing Gwanghwamun, or like that, the street in front of Gwanghwamun. So how it is set up currently is that there are lanes of traffic, and then there's a big like island in the middle that has like the Sejong statue and everything. But they decided that they want to move it, and so instead of having a center aisle, they're gonna move it to the side and have, anyway, it's a big thing that they're doing. There's a lot of construction, it's confusing. But so if you have come to Seoul before and you come back by like the end of this year, it's gonna look really different. It's kind of a good thing that nobody's traveling right now, because that like central area is sort of a mess. But I'm gonna catch my bus over there, so I will show you what on earth is going on. So let's go see.
The sun's back again, even though it won't be any different the coming day. Santa Rosa, let me take you on another cold and rainy drive. We'll play the music.
Hello friends, we are back home, and I am temporarily in my pajama pants because I'm gonna read a little bit before I head out to see Anne. My mom sent me this. It is the new Murakami, and you guys know how I feel about Murakami. I really love him. This is, I believe, a collection of short stories, and I really love, yes, it is. Okay, and I actually really love his short stories more than his novels, so I'm very excited to read this. But Kurt, I swear, he thought he had a stroke this morning, because he has this book, like, it's much easier to translate Japanese to Korean, like, very quickly. So he has had this book. He's already read it. I think it was like last year. He has it. It's actually like on our bedside table for some reason. And he woke up and was like getting ready. He was like staring at the coffee table, and I was like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "Is that yours?" Because he thought that his book had like magically changed into English overnight or something, or like he was suddenly so good at English that his book I don't know. So he lost his mind, but this is my copy. I cannot read Korean well enough, nor can I read Japanese well enough. So I had to wait for the English version. So thank you, Mom. I stopped and got some grapes. So I'm just gonna sit with the windows open, eat these grapes. They are delicious. So I will see you guys later. Okay.
I stare at the moon. soaring and changing pace, waving her big arm around in the near outer space. And sometimes I think she stays
Happy Friday from an unexpected location. So Kurt has like a business trip thingy down here in Busan. So I came along and I'm gonna just head to Gwanghwanery. So let's do that.
Well, my friends don't care about everything as long as you got a story to bring. We'll take you along, take you along, take you along to some other places. We try towards the other horizon, maybe to spend a couple hundred till we run out, till we run out, till we run out of paper and change. Though tell me if I'm starting to think so recklessly, I may just write a letter home to say goodbye to everyone and welcome to the show. Come and see the world in a different light and capture it with our own eyes and take a sneak. I just hope that I remember this, 'cause one day it is something I will miss. Well, my friends think I'm a different kind, but there's nothing wrong with sharing my mind to everyone else. Everyone else, everyone else will think that it's weird, so maybe I might start keeping it clean and bear with the whole unusual feeling. I'll be alright, we'll be alright, we'll be alright for 2 or 3 days, but after all the conversations have died out, I'll play the music from the beginning and then we all just see it again and welcome to the show. Come and see the world in a different light and capture it with our own eyes and take a sneak. I just hope that I remember this, 'cause one day it is something I will miss.
He's turning into Ajashi so quickly.
There's a feeling tiptoeing around in the valley, and all the notes say it's coming for me. There's the howling and the quiet, the stomping and the trumpet. Should I throw my heart into the sea? Teach me how to cry. I need to release all that sits in my heart. Teach me how to craft some kind of device to keep me from falling apart. This feeling in the morning, burning in my chest, I can keep. I pulled on its slippery tails to say, please don't you ever hurt me.
Okay, hi everyone. Happy Sunday. Coming at you from a very bad mental health day. I woke up feeling wretched and I don't really know what to do. It's just one of those things where you just gotta ride it out. I'm gonna do that by the river. So as I mentioned earlier, I got the new Haruki Murakami short stories collection. You know, I'm a sucker for short stories. So the air is absolutely beautiful today. It was rainy last night, so I'm gonna go down to the river and read, which is something that you have seen many times before, so sorry about that, but that's just what I've got to do. I have a lot of work piling up as well, which I think is a contributing factor to my ness today. But I know that like the major part of me wants to just sit down and knock out all this work, but I know that in the long run that won't be good for me. Like if I just, it's Sunday, if I just take my weekend and I give myself some time to just disconnect and read, I know that it will be better. So I'm gonna do that. Anything else to say? Not really. I hope you guys are doing okay. One thing that I feel like I talk about Taylor Swift in every single video, but I recently watched her like folklore documentary, I guess it is, where she plays all of her songs, and then in between each song she talks about the songwriting process and whatever. When she talks about the song This Is Me Trying, I think she said something that was really important, I think, for all of us. And she was basically talking about how every single day, like no matter what you're doing, like if you're an alcoholic, if you're, you know, you have some kind of addiction, if you're struggling with mental health, whatever it is, it can be hour to hour, like the difference in how difficult it is to get through the day. And so just remembering that you never know where someone is in their like how much they're trying their best, like in their journey. You know, somebody could finally be pulling themselves out of a hole and then it just drops them right back down. And so that's why it's so difficult to pick yourself out of something. I thought that it was really important just remembering that, like, in most cases, everyone around you is fighting some kind of silent battle, and you never know, like, they're just about to pull their way out, or they're just about to go the other direction. And, you know, yeah, I just wanted to bring that up as someone who, like, today I was kind of pulling myself out of a bad place, and like it took one thing to just kind of knock me down again. It's really, really, really hard. And so, you know, if any of you guys are, as I've said before, dealing with anxiety or depression or anything like that, you will get knocked down by the tiniest of things, but I do hope that you just continue to push forward, and you know that you have at least one person here who is cheering you on. So yeah, I obviously am having a bad day, but we're gonna try and turn it around, and we're gonna go to the river, and we're gonna breathe fresh air, and I'm gonna make decaffeinated tea, and I'm gonna sit in my really comfy chair, and I'm gonna read Haruki Murakami, and it's all gonna be okay. Sorry that this vlog is a mess. I'm sorry that I'm a mess, but it is what it is, and I will see you guys at the river. Bye. Cut to tea time. What was I gonna say? Oh, so this just reminded me, since this vlog is just going nowhere, we're just gonna talk about weird things. I was on a flight. I suppose I was just going to, I had to have just been going home. So I was flying probably to San Francisco and then transferring to San Diego. Anyway, so it was like a 10, 11 hour flight. And I sat next to, we had the middle seat empty, but I sat next to this man from South Africa. And for some weird reason, he had also lived in San Diego. Like he knew everywhere that I knew and stuff. And we just hit it off. Like he was elderly and those are the people I usually vibe with. So we talked for probably like 6 hours of the flight until finally I was like, you know, I have to sleep or I'm gonna just die in San Francisco. Because in San Francisco, I was talking to Anne about this when I met up with her on Thursday, like my transfer time in San Francisco is usually like 30 minutes, which is not, should not be legal, but I always did it. So I digress. He was telling me just all these crazy stories about his life, and I remember he was talking about living in, I guess it was in South Africa. His wife had made a cup of tea and she was drinking it and she was like, you know, this tastes funny. And he looked in the like electric kettle and a lizard had gotten in there. So she was drinking like boiled lizard water with her tea. And so now every time, like every single time I make tea, I think about that and I always open it and check. Yeah, I don't know why that memory just like hit me so strongly today, but yeah. Great talks. I miss, like, obviously I miss flying. I'm so hit or miss. Like, sometimes I really like talking to the people next to me. Sometimes I don't. He was a jolly good one. Like, we talked for a really long time and that was great. But anyway, the tea has been made. I am drinking my favorite. It's the dalbit. Oh, this is dalbit som, but usually I believe it's the same tea. This one is dalbit kopki, which is Moonlight Walk. This is technically Moonlight Island, but I think I can't open this. This is a gift that I've been meaning to give to my friend Olivia back home for over a year, but Miss Corona does not allow me to send it to her. But it actually has Korean pear in it. It has a little bit of bae. And normally I'm not a fruity tea person. Yeah, its tasting notes are sweet pear and honey, which is totally not my style. But for some reason, I love this tea so much. I'm addicted to it. It's so good. So if you're looking for something, you're going to Osaluk. It's an Osaluk tea. If you're looking for something, that's a great one. Highly recommend, and it comes recommended from Olivia as well. I'm sending it to her because I gave her some a couple years ago and she demands more. Worldwide favorite. But yeah, we're going to go. I ended up sitting around the house for 2 hours doing nothing. So hopefully the river isn't too crowded. Let's go get my spot. Yay.
Silent night, shine a light on me. Put a fuzzy coat on my body. Stroke my curtain with your golden company. But never remain on the hillside. Domain of my melancholy. Tender sound sprouting on coincidentally. Take me and curl my spine into the depth of my bed.
And we're home. So I annoyed Kurt at work for a few hours and that made me feel better. The book, I have 2 more stories left. It's pretty good. There is one particular story where he talks about a very strange event that happened to him in a semi-abandoned hotel in a hot spring town. And I had a very weird experience in a semi-abandoned hotel in a hot spring town in Japan. Keep checking my social media. Make sure that I keep updating it so I'm not like dead or something. So that was fun to read. I am going to wash my face, watch Netflix. I just started watching How to Get Away with Murder. I know I'm super late on that, but a friend recommended it to me. Here I am. Tomorrow's Monday. Yeah, tomorrow's Monday. So I have to, I have a lot of work to do. I have many things, too many things. I'm a little freaked out, but we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna make it work. And so thank you for sticking with me. Sorry that the last half of this vlog was very dull and not happy, but tomorrow is a new day and we'll see what happens then. So yeah, I will see you guys later. I'm not even gonna make promises. I don't know what my content's gonna be. Everything's a mess, but I am along for the ride and I promise to hold on through it. So yeah, I will see you guys later. Thank you as always for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed the little clips of Busan. Always love that city, and yeah, hope you're well.
Spread my seeds